Bitcoin Cash Price Prediction for 2025 and 2030. The year 2020 had cryptocurrency traders' mood swinging from excitement in January, when the market had engaged in a bull rally, to total frustration during the flash crash in March in reaction to the COVID-19 pandemic, and then to exuberance in the middle of the fall when Bitcoin, and the rest of the cryptocurrency market, has exploded to the upside after PayPal and a host of institutional investors from the United States, MicroStrategy, Grayscale, began buying huge volumes of BTC. It's clear that even though the price of Bitcoin Cash has been constantly on the rise ever since it took a huge dip in March, it hasn't made any groundbreaking moves, and showcased very moderate gains, especially compared to its parent cryptocurrency and the coins from the DeFi cohort. The price of BCH didn't follow the rest of the market in its bullish frenzy, but it had its fair share of upside action that made it the center of attention in a couple of instances. The second Bitcoin Cash's big bull rally occurred near the year's close, when the BCH price had successfully held onto the support at $240 and then exploded to $630 in a little over 50 days, a move that brought about a 180% gain. Right now, the price of Bitcoin Cash in USD stands at $430 as the market has gone into a correction phase after the last bullish rally, having dropped by 35% in the past 2 weeks. And while this might seem like a nice performance that begs for continuation, the analysis of the Bitcoin Cash historical chart tells us that the bears are still keeping a lid on this market. Add to that the fact that the altcoins related to the decentralized finance, DeFi, movement, namely Chainlink, LINK, and Polkadot, DOT, have been making tremendous strides that led to Bitcoin Cash being pushed down in the global ranks from the 5th position all the way to the 9th place, despite the fact that its market capitalization has been moving in sync with the price action and has actually risen to $10.8 billion at the peak of the recent bull rally. 1-year BCH market capitalization chart. Our algorithm predicts that the market capitalization of Bitcoin Cash will have a slight drop in the next month to $9.8 billion only to spike to $16.3 billion by the end of the year. But given that the market capitalization of DOT, which sits in the 4th place, is already $16 billion, the chances of Bitcoin Cash getting back to the top of the rankings in 5 or 10 years are quite slim, unless the developer team comes up with a groundbreaking solution that could provide the incentive for BCH to regain its status. Having taken all these aspects into consideration, we came up with the following near-term Bitcoin Cash price prediction. Throughout the year, BCH will keep on rising steadily to the upside and find itself priced at $880 at the year's close. That translates to a 102% growth. This brings us to the conclusion that Bitcoin Cash possesses a relatively weak upside potential, especially compared to the closest competitors, which ultimately makes it a mediocre investment vehicle, meaning that you won't reap much fruit from holding BCH in your portfolio for more than a couple of months. The price action history shows that Bitcoin Cash's bull rallies rarely last longer than 60 days, though the BCH market will most certainly present plenty of options for a profitable swing trading. Before proceeding with forecasting what Bitcoin Cash will be worth in 5 years, we would like to devote a paragraph to the technical analysis on the weekly chart in order to understand whether BCH has the foundation for future growth. However, we do see that the indicator is high in the overbought zone, which could result in a deeper correction to $350 before the price of Bitcoin Cash finally starts to recover. We see that the trading volume from the past 6 weeks is sufficiently high, which is a positive sign of active market participation, though we could see it decreasing slightly in the next few weeks as the BCH price will consolidate before continuing with the bull rally along with the rest of the market. All in all, everything points toward Bitcoin Cash starting a major uptrend of its own over the course of 2021 that is likely to last throughout the following 5 years. With the blockchain technology getting actively adopted through central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, while the institutional investors can't seem to satisfy their appetite for Bitcoin, there is hardly any doubt that we are now at the brink of the bull market that might potentially last for the next 3 to 5 years, as opposed to the bubble of 2017-2018. Our proprietary algorithm predicts that the year 2022 will see BCH having its price appreciated by 218% and finally rising above the $1,000 mark and finding a foothold near $1,400, as the cryptocurrency market continues to mature. The year 2024 will be the hallmark one for Bitcoin Cash because that will be the time when the coin will finally reach and surpass the all-time high, consequently opening a new page in the BCH price history and embarking on the price discovery trip of its own. Our algorithm predicts that by the close of 2024, the price of Bitcoin Cash and USD will rise by 940% and get entrenched near the $4,700 level. Finally, 2025 will see Bitcoin Cash finally shining as its price will have a massive 1,000+% increase, 2,027% from today's standings, and soar up to $9,200, while other cryptocurrencies might already enter the period of stagnation that usually occurs after the long-lasting growth. Bitcoin Cash's biggest advantages, obviously, the recent inclusion in the list of 5 cryptocurrencies that was made available to PayPal users. Just check out this Bitcoin Cash transaction chart below, which shows a huge spike in daily transactions that began right around the time when PayPal stepped into the crypto waters. Half an hour waiting time and a $50 fee for a single transaction, something that we have seen many times when the Bitcoin network gets clogged, isn't something that an average PayPal user would go for when buying some miscellaneous goods with cryptocurrencies. Therefore, once PayPal users, especially online merchants and their customers, become more educated about the pros and cons of each available cryptocurrency, they will recognize the advantages of Bitcoin Cash that push the demand for this altcoin higher. Certainly, BCH isn't the only fast and affordable payment solution out there, especially when it has Litecoin, LTC, by its side, but the technology has already proven its viability, so Bitcoin Cash is guaranteed to earn its fair share of the market. As you can see, these are solid, but not groundbreaking, improvements in fundamentals that will allow Bitcoin Cash to remain relevant in the coming 5 years and serve as the foundation for the predicted appreciation of the BCH price. What would be the price of Bitcoin Cash in 10 years? Therefore, we reckon that the price growth will peak in 2025 or 2026, upon which the price of Bitcoin Cash will stabilize at the level close to $12,000, which occasional spikes to $14,000 or even $15,000. However, we reckon that the fair price of BCH should be below $10,000, given its solid but, nevertheless, mediocre fundamentals and the presence of equally good or even better solutions on the market. That is why we believe that after years of continuous growth, BCH will eventually descend below the $10,000 mark and find the equilibrium in 2030 near $6,000, $7,000 level that could be the starting point for the next bull market. Is now the right time to invest in Bitcoin Cash? You can invest in BCH now because the price of the coin is predicted to increase, but if you want larger profits, better opt for other altcoins. In 2021, Bitcoin Cash will start making serious efforts to establish a secondary uptrend and reach the price of $880. What will Bitcoin Cash be worth in 5 years' time? By 2025, Bitcoin Cash will see the climax of its biggest bull rally in years, and will ultimately reach the $9,200 mark,